everyone. This is D.Chiranjeevi, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, Aditya University. Today I am going to discuss strings. The learning outcome of this lecture is student will be able to understand the concept of strings. So outline of this lecture is I will discuss how to declare a string and how to initialize a string, and then I will discuss how to read and how to display strings. So what is string? Let's understand. So what is string? So a string is a sequence of characters enclosed in double quotes. If you write a sequence of characters like A, B, C, D in double quotes, then it will be called as string, but it will be enclosed automatically null character, that is /0, right? So this will be directly inputted by the compiler, okay, at the end of the string. After the last character, null character will be inserted, okay. So the declaration of the string is very simple, simply a like one dimensional array. So string will be declared with the help of char data type. So first you need to specify the char data type, then string name, then you need to specify the size. Let's declare a string. So like char string name I am writing str, then size I am specifying 5, then semicolon. If you declare like this, what will happen? Immediately for this str, memory will be allocated like this. So this is the str string. So 5 size given. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now in this indexes are like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. In this string size 5. Now here it is capable of store 4 characters plus 1 null character. Okay. So in this manner you can declare a string. Okay, this is how memory allocation will happen. Now in this string the last character will be null, and these characters as per user whatever he will input, let's say he want to store ABCD, then he can store ABCD. Okay, so 4 characters and the last character is null character. Okay, so I hope you understood the string. So simply a string is a sequence of characters enclosed in double quotes and adds with null character. This null character will be simply putted by the compiler. Okay, now the declaration of the string you already understood. So now declaration and initialization. So a string declaration and initialization can be done in 4 ways. Okay, so the first way is assigning a string literal without size. Now here in this case string literals can be assigned without size. So we will not specify any size, but we will assign the string value. Now if you look at this example, here I declared a string and initialized a value. So initialized value, this is value. Okay, this is string value. So based on the number of characters, because you have not specified any size here, automatically compiler will take the size based on the number of characters and null character. So here the size you will get, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and null character. So automatically compiler will understand the size of this string is 16 characters and then 1 more null character. So overall, even though you have not specified the size of this string, but still compiler will understand the size of the string is 17. Okay, so in this manner you can initialize a string, right? So by specifying the value, okay, by initializing the value, okay, by assigning the value we can say, right? So this is the assigned value Chiranjeevi to the string str, okay, whose size is not specified. Similarly, the second approach where you can initialize a string is assigning the string literal with a predefined size. Now the earlier case we have not specified any size, this is empty. Now in this case, second case, we are assigning the size. So size we are giving 50. What does it mean? If you give size 50, it will store 49 characters or less than 49 characters plus 1 null character. Okay. Why I am saying 49 characters, the size is specified 50. If you store 50 characters, then it is not a string, that is a character array. There is a difference between a character array and a string. A character array ends with character only, last character is character. So if you store 50 characters, so the last character is character, so in that case that will be called as character array. So if you store the last character null, then it will be a string. So now in this case, now if you want to store a string of size 50, then in this case you are storing 49 characters and one null character. So here you have given Dukuru Chiranjeevi, already I said 16 characters, and then plus one more character, then rest of the memory will be wasted. So 17 bytes will be occupied, 27 bits will be wasted. So 0 to 49 index, so last index is 49, so up to 17 if you occupy, then rest of the memory will be wasted. Okay, so now whenever you are specifying a predefined size, then predefined size of the string, then if you want to store n characters, then you must specify n plus 1. So if you want to store n characters, then you must specify n plus 1 size. So the third method by which you can initialize a string is assigning a character by character with size. Okay, so now in this case we will assign the string character by character. Now if you want to store Dukuru Chiranjeevi, and as I said, the string always ends with null character, so the number of characters is 17 including with the null character, so that's why I have specified the size is 17. So it is capable of storing 16 characters, that is Dukuru, DUKURUCHIRANJEVI, then null character. So in this manner you can store character by character by separating comma. Okay, so by assigning character by character with size, it will store size minus 1 characters and one null character. Okay, the last method is assigning character by character without size. So here in this last method, so based on the number of characters user has given plus null character, automatically compiler will take size of the string. So now Dukuru Chiranjeevi, as I said already earlier, these are 16 characters plus this is 1, so total 17 characters. Even though you have not specified the size, automatically compiler will take size of the string is 17, and it will allocate memory like this. So 0 to 16. Okay, then it will store characters. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it will store DUKURUCHIRANJEVI and then null character. In this manner, all the characters will be stored in the memory. Okay. Similarly, here also, when you specified the size, then because you already mentioned 17, so it will simply allocate the memory for 17 characters, that is 17 bits. In string, you are storing character, so one character is storing 1 bit, so it will store 17 characters in 17 bits. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so it will store DUKURUCHIRANJEVI null character. Okay, so in this manner it will store the elements in that string. Now we can read strings by using functions. So by using scanf function, we can read a string. The syntax is like scanf, then you need to specify the format specified as %s, and without using ampersand, you can specify the string variable. And the second method is getS. Simply, even you can use ampersand also, no issue, but even you can skip that. Okay, so then getS, simply you need to write getS, then you need to specify the string variable name, that is string name. Okay, so by using these methods, we can read the string values. Now let's understand by using scanf function how we can read the string value. Now if you see, so the syntax is scanf, then you need to specify %s, then you need to specify the string variable. Now to working with strings, we must write the header file has include string dot h. Okay, to work with strings you must write string dot h header file. So I have written stdio dot h header file and string dot h. This stdio dot h header file is for input output printf and scanf functions, and for strings you can use string dot h. So in this case I'm not using any string method, so I can skip also. Okay, so now main function, then I declared a string of size 20. Now it means it will store 19 characters and then one null character. Now user is asking enter the string. Okay, now user has given some input value that will be stored in the scanf. So whatever value user will give, that will be stored in %s and this address of the %s. Okay, so that is s. Now after that user displaying the string by using printf. Now what is the value user given? That is Chiru Dukuru. Now if you see, the output is only Chiru. It is not printing Dukuru. The reason is here whenever it encounters space, okay, that is null character, string will terminate. When space encounters, string will terminate. It will think the string is over. Terminate. String will terminate. So after Chiru you given space. So compiler will think like string is ended. That's why it is printing only Chiru. Now how to overcome this problem? To overcome this, we will be having a syntax for in the scanf. I will discuss. Now the syntax for the same is you can write percentile and then you can write cap /n and s. Okay, if you write in double quote same, it will read space also. For reading spaces, read space. Okay, you can use this syntax. Okay, now we need to print both the, now earlier case here Chiru, when space encounter it terminated. Now this time it needs to print Chiru space Dukuru also. Now let's understand this. Now here I have written first string.h header file, then stdio.h header file, then string.h header file, and then main function I declared a string of size 20. Then user is asking enter the string. Now then reading by using this syntax for reading the spaces also. Okay, now you are displaying whatever message, whatever string user has given, you are displaying by using a message you entered %s. So string will be displayed. Now user has entered the string is Chiru how are you man. So now you see output is Chiru how are you man. So if you use this syntax, so string will display space also. And the other method by using which a string can be read is getS function. Now let's understand getS. Simply the syntax of getS is you need to write getS then string variable, that is string name. Okay, now here in this program we have written stdio.h string.h, then you declared a string. So size 20, 19 characters it will store and one null character. Then you asking user enter the string, so user will give a string. Now you are reading that string by using getS by specifying the string name, that is str. Now whatever string user has given, you are printing by displaying a message given string %s and string variable name. Now enter the string. So you are given the string is Chiru how are you man, and then it will print given string Chiru how are you man. Okay, so getS will print all the spaces also. No need to specify any syntax and all for spaces. getS will read spaces. So in this lecture I have discussed how to declare a string and how to initialize. There are 4 ways I have discussed about initialization of string. Then how to read string I have discussed at scanf and getS, and then displaying I have discussed. Thank you.